What is that?
Intermediate to ascetic practice, yes. Then I was asking the spelling. Ascetic practice and then
Oh yeah.
self-study and surrender to God.
Yeah.
This we already talked.
Yes.
Okay, then now we will go for the beginner one. That for basic people who just want to start from very beginning. So for them, what to do?
Okay.
Then the sutra is here. Yoganga Anushthana. Yoganga Anushthana Asuddhi Kshay. Jnana Dipti.
Truth. You need to born in India to spell that.
Asuddhi Kshay Jnana Dipti Avivekhyate.
Which number it is? It is in
I
which?
think 20, around 20 somewhere, 22, 23, chapter 2. Yoganganushthanad Asuddhikshay Jnanadipti Ravivekhyatehi. Did you find it?
No, not yet.
Chapter 2.
Oh, it is 28. Number 28, chapter 2.
Chapter 2, number 28. Okay. So you have these translations already.
Yeah.
Good. So what he is saying that Yoganga Anushtanad Asuddhi Khay Jnanadipti Avivekhyate. So he said that by practicing yoga limbs, by practicing the parts of yoga, impurities, ashuddhi, impurities will be eliminated.
Okay.
If you practice yoga part, there are some parts of yoga which we call limbs, yoga limbs. So if a person practice the limbs of yoga, then impurities will be eliminated. Asuddhi is impurity. Kshay, elimination. Impurities will be eliminated. And then Jnanadiptir, then he will get the knowledge, he will improve his knowledge or gain the knowledge, discriminative knowledge, where he can see everything clearly.
Okay.
So this discriminative knowledge he will get if a person practice limbs of yoga, and he can eliminate all the impurities whatever he has. This is what in this sutra he is saying. Is it so, Julie?
Yeah. And they talk about destruction. They talk about destruction. Destruction is the destruction of what? But because kasaye it means destruction, right?
Asuddhi kshay means elimination. When you eliminate, so it's the same word, maybe it's synonym. So When you practice yoga limbs, then you eliminate all the impurities, asuddhis, and then you get knowledge where you can discriminate everything. Discrimination means where you can see everything clearly, separately.
Claro. So this.
What is your body,
So
what is your mind, what is your soul? Everything you can see there clearly. Yes, Naila?
this sutra is to explain beginners.
Yes.
What's yoga?
What yoga limbs, now we will talk about limbs, is saying that the part of yoga, there are some limbs, some tools, you can say there are some tools which a person will practice, yoga tools. Then that person will eliminate all the impurities and then will get that knowledge which is required to see everything clearly.
Okay. We don't have that manual. Do we receive any sutra manual?
What?
Do we receive any material about sutras? Because I don't have any.
You can find it on internet. There are lots of
Okay.
translations.
Okay.
It's very easy. You can just download any translation and then you
Okay.
can see.
Okay.
See the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. You have so many books on it.
Yeah. Okay. Gracias, Julie.
Yes. Then they ask, okay, what are those yoga limbs? What are the yoga tools which we need to follow? Very basic one. So this is the sutra, and these are the tools. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhvastha. This is the sutra. Next sutra, I think 29. Julie?
Yeah.
These are the tools. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, Ashtavangani. These are the 8 limbs of yoga, 8 tools you can say of yoga which a person need to practice.
Okay.
Okay. So if a person practice these 8 limbs, follow this path of 8 limbs of yoga, then person can eliminate all the impurities, physical, mental, emotional, all the impurities, and then can reach to the stage where he can get the knowledge, and by that knowledge he can understand, he can realize, he can have self-realization.
Okay.
So what does it mean? The Pratyahara and the asana, pranayama, dharana, dhyana, I can understand, but the Pratyahara.
This we are going to talk on each.
Okay.
We have 8 limbs here, and we will talk about all these 8 limbs.
Okay.
So we have these 8. Again, these you need to memorize actually. All this. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Asana, Pranayama you already know.
That's the only we know.
Dhyan, Samadhi you already know. Now you have 4 more to memorize. Yama, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. So now we go one by one. Yama. What is Yama? What is Yama? Julie, don't look in the book now.
Yama is
She look in the book.
You have books of Yoga Sutras and now you are looking for Yamas.
oh I will even write an essay for this, but I forget. Yama is the your how to say your attitude toward the world and other person.
Okay, so in simple language, we can say moral code of conduct
Okay.
or social observance.
Okay. Moral social conduct.
Julie,
Yes.
moral code of conduct or social observance.
Okay.
Okay.
Moral conduct.
Okay, moral code of conduct we can say.
Okay.
Like moral values. Moral code of conduct.
Okay.
These are yamas. So we have 5 yamas. Okay, 5 yamas, 5 moral code of conduct. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya.
So can you repeat it? Yamas, it is the mode of conduct.
Moral code of conduct. Or
How to
social-
behave. How to behave. The moral.
Moral values.
Moral values.
Moral values.
Yes, moral code of conduct. Like moral rules, regulations.
¿Qué pasa, Coco? ¿Qué pasa, mi amor? ¿Qué quieres? Salir. A ver. Ay. Ya, vale, vale. Vale, ya, sal. Ay, Isabela. Ay, tengo sueño, Dios mío. Ya. Sorry, my dog was.
Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya. Aparigraha. Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. These are 5 moral code of conduct. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha.
Okay.
You need to memorize this also. Now a few things you will need to memorize.
The concepts.
8 limbs, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Then these 5 yamas, Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. These are 5 moral code of conduct which we need to follow.
Okay. And they are?
That I am going to tell. If I go this fast, then maybe we will finish within 2 days or 3 days. Julie,
Yes.
how are you there?
I just take a picture. Oh, by the way, can you ask Jai to come to say hello to us, because we never met him. And last time we cannot before the end of the class.
Yeah, he will meet you. Don't worry. Ahimsa, first yama, which is called non-violence.
Okay.
People who did not come today to join the class, they are going to miss everything. All the important thing they are going to miss.
I will send you my note.
Good. Ahimsa, non-violence.
It's clear.
Yamas, these yamas are to be followed. That we need to follow them. We need to follow ahimsa. And how you follow ahimsa? Non-violence.
By being
To follow
peaceful.
ahimsa, you need to know violence first. To follow non-violence, to be non-violent, you need to know what is violence.
Claro.
When you know what is violence, then you can follow non-violence. Understand?
Yes.
So, okay, let's start with Julie, because she is already reading so much book. Julie, what is violence?
What?
What is violence?
Violence. Why did you talk about violence?
Why did I talk about violence?
Yeah.
Because we are going to follow.
Oh, so violence. Violence is ahimsa, and ahimsa is non-violence.
Yes, but what is violence? Define.
Oh, the definition of violence. Violence is that you attack and you force people to do, or the animals and everything, to do what you want, but not they want.
Mommy.
No, Julie said right.
What Julie said?
Yeah. 100% agree.
Okay, just repeat it what she said.
Wait, what did she say? The violence is to attack everything around you in the way that you want and not they want.
You see?
Interesting. So what is violence? Violence is causing pain someone. That is violence. Simply, when you are the reason for someone's pain, that is violence. Is it fine? Is it understandable?
Yes, it is, but also everyone have the capacity to admit or not that someone else caused you pain.
I'm not done with it.
But I agree that you should at least live trying to not doing bad things or causing pain.
I'm not done with it. I did not finish it yet.
Okay.
That is common definition, very general definition, what you easily can understand.
Okay.
That causing someone pain is violence.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, to make it a little more understandable and more clear, intentionally causing someone pain, that is violence.
Claro.
Now this is okay, Naila?
Yes, a little more square.
Yes. Now the person, how he admit, how he take it, how he perceive, that's different matter. But intentionally, if you are not causing pain
to anyone,
then you are not being violent.
Okay.
And still, if people are in pain, that
I agree.
You don't have any intention to cause pain someone, then you are not being violent.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
Mommy? Okay. Then tell me how many types of violence you can make. In how many ways you can be violent?
Many.
Oh, so many.
Julie, tell me then, how many?
So many ways. You can't do it by your word. You can't do it by your action, and even you can do it by ignoring something and not doing something, which is also violence.
And then there are only 3 types of violence, or you have any
No,
other?
it is how to say, but it depends to what, to whom you do violence. Do violence, so it's different.
But you can be either physical violent or mentally, or you can
Verbal.
be, or you can orally. You can abuse someone. Mentally, you can harm someone, and physically, you can cause pain someone.
Yeah.
And verbally too.
Verbally, physically,
Verbally and mentally. Yeah.
Yes. Physical, mental, and verbal.
Exact.
How many types of violence are now there? 3 types of violence. That the person can be violent in 3 ways. Mental is normal, verbal is little more, and physical is even worse.
It depends.
It depends?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that depends. So physical violence we are not doing every day.
No.
Physical violence we are not doing every day. It's very hard. And physical violence you easily can control. I mean, maximum time you can control. There is very rare conditions, rare cases in which you cannot control your physical violence. But orally, very easily, we are causing pain to others very easily, oral. And mental also very easily.
Yeah.
So mainly we have 3 types of violence, and then if we divide them, then they can be maximum 81 types of violence.
80?
81.
Combinations?
Now all these 3, when you go and when you subclassify them more and more, then in total 81 types of violence you have.
Interesting.
So you will see first root cause of the violence. What is the root cause of violence? So you have 3 root cause of violence: lobh, moh, krodh, greed, attachment, and then anger. Because of 3 things, when you have these 3 emotions or 3 feelings, then you get violent. First of all, greed. When you are greedy, then also you can be violent.
What is greedy? Let me find the word. Creo que es envidia, pero. Greed.
When you want something more.
Sí, envidia. Codicia. Okay.
So because of greed, you can be violent.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Most of the time, like robberies and all these things when happen, these are because of greed. That they are greedy and then they do violent. So because of greed, person can be violent. Because of attachment, when you have attachment to something or someone, then also you become violent.
Es verdad.
Attachment, do you think that it is the same as greedy?
No, greed is different. Attachment is different. Greed is when you want something more. You are not attached to something. Like robbery, I give you an example that robbery.
Like avaricia. Avaricia.
So when you are greedy, then also you can be violent. When you are attached to
Attachment.
something, suppose I am attached to this device. Okay, I don't want to leave this. And if somebody come and this device is there on the table, somebody come and then take it. Then what will happen? I will become violent. Why did you take my phone? You did not ask my permission. What are you doing? This and that, and you can be violent. And if somebody take it away, then you might be physical. So because of attachment, you can be violent. And then third one is anger. That when you are angry, then also you can be violent. So you can be angry for anything, and then that anger transform into violence. Anger change into violence. The result of anger is violence.
And when you feel envy, that will become angry.
Well, when
envy, envidia.
Enemy.
Envy.
Means enemy. Yes. Then
no enemy.
Anger.
No enemy. Envy. Let me try to find in.
Not envy.
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 Jealous.
Oh.
Yeah. That's becoming in angry.
Jealous will be because and why you are jealous, that will matter.
No, I'm not. But I can see around many people who get violence just because they feel envy. They want someone else capacity or someone else properties or someone, and that make them violent.
That is greed. When you want someone's property. That is greed. When you want someone's property, when you want something more, when you want to grab something.
Okay. So envy will go into the greed category.
Yes, because of greed, you are becoming jealous, and then you are becoming violent.
Okay. I got it.
Got it? So you have 3 root cause for being violent. And you have 3 types of violence. So in total now 9 types of violence are there. Got it?
See?
Because of greed, you can be violent physically, mentally, orally. 3. Then because of attachment, you can be physically, mentally, and orally violent. 9. And then because of anger, you can be violent again in 3 types. So in total now you have 9 types of violence here. Okay. Then you have 3 categories of violence. What are those 3 categories? That minimum, medium, and extreme.
Yeah.
The violent, you have 3 categories. Like you can be little violent. You just cause little pain. Then you cause little more pain, medium. And extreme is like you just kill someone.
Yeah. That's why the 81 is 9 per 9.
Yes, so now you have
all the combinations.
9 3s are 27. You had 9 before, and now you have 3 more categories. So all those 9, they will be multiplied by 3. Then you have 27 types. Now you have 27 types of violence.
Okay.
Then those 27 types of violence can be in 3 forms.
Okay.
Self-done means by an individual. I am greedy, and then I am becoming violent.
With myself.
Yeah, by myself, I can harm you. Like I come to you and then I harm you. Then second is supported.
Okay,
instigated. instigated that I go to someone other person and then ask him to go to you and then cause you pain.
Okay.
That is instigated. That person
Instigador.
is instigated by me.
Mhm.
So I am doing that violent to you by instigation.
Okay.
And then supported one. Mentally, when you support, like ignoring. When I see that someone is beating you and this is not good, this is violent, and I'm watching him and like I'm watching this scenario and I'm not opposing it,
Mm.
then also it's violent. I'm also involved in this. When I know this is wrong and I'm not opposing, then this is also violent.
Okay.
So
Interesante.
now in total you have 81 types of violence.
Okay. So we have by yourself, through other, by yourself, through others, through
Instigated.
instigator,
Yes,
through doing nothing.
Yes, you doing nothing, but you are not opposing.
Yeah. Then you have medium, o sea, low, medium, and extreme.
Yes.
You have anger, greed, and which one?
Attachment.
An attachment.
And then physical, oral,
and verbal. Okay.
So this is how they are 81 types of violence. And now you can check how many times you are violent being in a day.
With intention.
Me?
But you need to intention, right?
You need what?
You need to be intentional.
Yeah, it needs to be intentional. When you have intention.
I am not violent then. No?
So, the intentions are also important there. Julie?
Not that common,
Yes.
at least.
Where are you lost?
I'm here. I'm just thinking of what you're talking about. I
Did you
think
not understand it?
I don't know how to you can make it 81.
How to make this 81?
Yeah.
That's not important.
Okay.
Don't make it 81. Just think about this, that how you can be violent. You can be violent, physical, mental, and oral. Okay, and those violent are because anger, greed, and attachment. Okay, and those are minimum, medium, and extreme. And you yourself can do. You can go to someone and ask someone to be violent. And then third one is that somebody is doing already, somebody is being violent, and you are not opposing it.
Yeah.
So these are the types.
I just how to say I feel that violence, sometimes you lie to someone, it also violence.
That is coming on the way. Satya, truth. So this is why this is the base. This is why this is the first thing. That violence, being non-violence, is the biggest thing. You start from here only. And you start from yourself first. Then don't be violent toward yourself. So many times we are being violent for ourselves as well.
Es verdad.
So the violence doesn't have to be to somebody else, but violence, can I just say that I'm violencing to myself as well, if I'm lying to myself?
This is what I said, that violence, you first of all, you need to check yourself that you are not being violent to
With
yourself.
yourself.
And then you will apply to others. Then only you will go in the society and then check. So then how many people are around you, apply there first. Okay, you will not be violent for them. Then slowly you will expand it.
And what happens?
So even if I don't meet anybody in one day, so it doesn't mean that I'm violencing to somebody else. It maybe even if a day I don't meet anybody, I can say that I'm violencing to myself.
Why?
But not intentionally. It's unconsciously, maybe. Is it?
What do you mean you know someone, so you are being violent to yourself?
No, violence is not only for somebody else. violence is something maybe to myself as well.
See?
Because sometimes
But
everybody is lying to.
not meeting someone is violent. How?
No, I think that mommy don't want to say that. She only want to say that violence can be towards ourselves. So she just take it as an example.
Yes, that is what I said. That being violent toward yourself is also violent. You can be violent to yourself as well.
But the violence means intentionally causing
That's my
pain.
question too.
But even if I feel like I'm not intentionally causing the pains to myself, if it's is it
Unconscious.
violence? I don't know. I get confused. Is it violence?
I have the same question.
Intentionally, you are not causing pain to yourself.
No. What happens when you cause pain to yourself but not intentionally? Is that violence?
Like, give me an example.
Like many unconscious attitude a person can have. Some people damage their self by being insecure, bad self-esteem, and they're not doing intentionally.
Intentionally they are not doing, but unconsciously they are doing so many things.
Yeah. Is that violence?
Which are harmful for them. Yes, that is also violence, but that is very minor violence. Unconsciously you are doing it, still you are causing pain, but that is very minimum. So you need to be aware, and this is what we said, that it starts from yourself first. That you need to pay attention for yourself first. That how many times, what are those things what you're doing for yourself which are causing pain to you. And intentionally, when I said that, it was for others, because your question was that how people admit it. And you did not have any intention to cause pain someone, but somebody took otherwise. Suppose, look, a very simple example I will give you and then you will understand. Suppose I have lots of fat, like I'm a fatty man, okay? And you come to me and you don't have any intention to hurt me, but you take care of me. And you don't want me to be unhealthy, and you come to me and you say, Prem, you should take care of your diet, and you are gaining lots of weight and you are becoming fatty.
See?
You did not have any intention to hurt me, but when you said these words, I took it otherwise. That you called me fat man, and then it will start causing pain. Mental pain I will have first. So this is not violent. You did not do violent to me. You were aware about it.
You were assertive. Assertiveness. The people who told you that is not. He doesn't wait to pain you.
Your intentions
Exacto.
your intentions were not bad, but my perception, how I perceived this, this statement what you gave, the words what how I perceive, that is my problem.
Yeah.
You are not. Now I am being violent toward myself, but I'm blaming you.
Claro.
That you came and then you used this word, and then I got pain. This is my own generated violence. This is violent toward yourself, mommy. Got it?
Yes. But most of the time, people don't want to cause pain themselves. And it is very, how can you ask someone to realize something that they can't see?
That is coming into truth, that speak truth. But that truth must be sweet. The truth what you speak, that should be sweet.
Okay.
So the same example, if you would come to me and then you would say straightforward that, Prem, you are very fat. That is very harsh truth. Same thing you could say me in a gentle way. That, Prem, what you are eating, you need to be careful about your diet. This is not suiting you, this is gaining weight. This is putting you lots of weight. This is nice word what you said. But if still I take it otherwise, then now it's my problem.
Okay.
It's not. Understand?
See.
So if you start from this much only, then slowly you will understand. Slowly you will get, the idea of being non-violence. In one day you cannot follow everything, but from somewhere you need to start.
Okay.
Julie,
Yes.
is it clear?
Yes.
Something confusion?
No, that's good.
Okay. So if you want to follow non-violence, then you need to understand the violence, and these are the form of violence which you can make. And then if you know all these, then you can follow non-violence.
Claro.
Clear?
Mhm.
Now what is going to happen if you follow non-violence? This is very interesting. Sutra number, I don't know what is the sutra number. You can find Julie. I think I don't need to write it also here, or do I need to write it down?
No.
I will just speak. Sutra is ahimsa pratisthayam tat sannidhau vairagyaga. It must be around
30.
30. Okay, yes, 30. Ahimsa pratisthayam tat sannidhau vairagyaga. Which means ahimsa is non-violence, pratisthayam firmly established. Once the person is firmly established in non-violence attitude, means when this has become your nature, that you don't have, then that you are not violent, you are non-violence person.
Okay.
When this is your nature, now you don't need to put any effort to be non-violent. Like by nature now you are non-violent. Do you get me?
Sí.
What I'm saying? Naila?
Yes. Yes.
So when non-violence, when your attitude, when your nature is non-violent nature, then ahimsa pratisthayam tat sannidho vair tyagaha. Then in this stage, anybody who comes to you, who come in contact with you, that person or that thing also will become non-violent. First thing. And you will not even have the feeling of being violent. You will not have the feeling of enmity. That somebody you you don't like someone, or you have feeling of being enemy of someone. This is going to be dissolved. So even the violent wild animals also, if they come in contact with you, then they also become non-violent as long as they are in contact with you.
I'm not sure about that, but
You should watch some videos now on YouTube. You will find all the wild animals. They are very friendly
no,
with some people.
I've seen people, a guy with the 20
tigers,
lions,
all
and
those wild animals. They are playing with them.
I know. I think some people can reach that stage, but
Yes, and it's not because like they are in the cage, or they they
no,
have
no.
they are being forced. No, they have freedom. All the animals, they have freedom, and they are super wild animals, but they are not violent. They also become very friendly.
I have seen that. Yes, that's true.
Yes.
But
So,
with people, is that the people are tougher than animals to get that.
people are tougher than animals.
It's more complicated with people. Yes.
Because now we are not able to understand them.
That's what I prefer to swim with a shark than
So normal people cannot understand them now easily.
Exact.
So that is what's going to happen. This is the result of being non-violent. Once you are completely non-violent, means you won't have to put any effort. Like now this has become your nature. Ahimsa, non-violence has become your nature. You cannot be violent at all. Then this thing will happen. That much compassion you will have, that much, love you will have there. You cannot be violent at all. Then these things will happen, that even the wild animals, even the enemies, they come to you and they cannot be violent. But it doesn't mean that if you go to a mad dog who is out of his senses, and then he will be your friend. No, then he will bite you.
Claro.
It is very important that sense must be there. The wild animals also, they should have their sense. Once they lose their sense, then they cannot be friendly.
Claro.
Because they cannot feel your vibrations. They don't have sense to feel it. Understand?
Sí.
So, ahimsa pratisthayam tat sannidhau vair tyagaha. Once a person become non-violence by nature, then even all the feelings of enmity will be wiped out. You will not have any feeling also about being violent, and anything which will come in contact with you, that also will be for that time period non-violence.
Okay.
Okay?
Sí. Interesting. Muy
And
interesante.
then people start, those people calling like they have superpower, supernatural power. This is not the power they have. It is just the result of being non-violent. This has to be happened. Once you are non-violent, then this will happen anyway. There is no option that it will not happen.
I don't agree completely with that. I think it's a little utopic.
Why not?
Because I mean, I agree with the fact that you need to reach the non-violence feeling in order to promote in other persons. But there are a lot of things that you can't control out there, and even when you are nobody, even if you get be a non-violent person, not all the time you will get back the same.
That is what I said. Unless the people have their sense, if they lose their sense, then you will not get the same from them.
Okay.
When they are not sensitive, when their sense is not working, when they are not able to receive this, when they are not receptive. If you remember that circle where what I draw, mind,
Okay.
intelligence, if the connection is broken there, they cannot feel the sense, then you will not get sense. This is what I give them example, that it doesn't mean that you go and then you start loving the mad dog who is mad, who is out of his mind.
Okay, ya entendí.
He will bite you.
Now, okay, I didn't get that before. Okay,
This is what I said.
Yeah, that's true. Now I agree with you.
Then it is not going to work. And so many examples we have already about this. Like there were some Patanjalis which happened. There were so many Patanjali, and all of them were enlightened. One of the Patanjali was killed by a lion. So it doesn't mean that you have that non-violence feeling, or like you got to that stage and now you go and then you start finding the dogs, street dogs, and like they are mad. They don't even see anything and they just bite. Whosoever comes to them, they just bite. They will not listen to you, because they cannot sense, they cannot feel it.
Okay.
Clear?
Sí.
Okay, so today this is enough. Being non-violence, need to follow these 81 types of non-violence now.
Okay.
Julie? This is also violent that you are putting your glass into your mouth.